Hello, Grandma DC here. And we have a new keto emergency. We have a new friend, and his name is Grampy Pappy, Grampy Pappy. Grampy Pappy. He has a YouTube channel, and he has just been diagnosed with something that requires the keto diet. And he is apprehensive about how to do it on the cheap. So we all need to give Grampy Pappy some advice on how to do keto on the cheap. Now I'm going to probably do a vlog for him, going through like Aldi's or grocery store coming up to show him how to do it on the cheap. But I know you guys out there have a lot more advice than I do. Now I did this vlog once before, but the cat kept coming in here and knocking the camera off, and she did something to it and broke everything I had, and then, while I'm talking, I get a phone call from my boss, and she wants to know if I'll work this afternoon from 3 to 10. I was going to have a long weekend. I was going to be off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. You know how stressed I've been. So I figured I was going to take a long weekend. And wouldn't you know, she calls me up and she says, would you be willing to work 3 to 10? Well, I said no yesterday, so I said yes today. Well, it's a good thing I did, because right after that, Eli called me, and he was at the dentist's office, and they would not do surgery on him, and you know how sick he was, because he didn't have any money or a job, but they agreed that if he would do it without anesthesia, they would pull the infected tooth, wisdom tooth, for 220 bucks. Mighty white of them. So, guess who got taken for another 220 bucks? You know what I told him? I said, now look here. I said, if you get that job where I work, because I think his interview went really well. I said, if you get that job, I said, you are paying me back. This is not mommy loves you money. This is mommy's going broke with you money. I need my money back. So it was a good thing I agreed to more overtime, which is why I'm working so much overtime, is to help him out. We would kill ourselves for our children, wouldn't we? I know, he's 28. He needs to be on his own. I just can't. I just can't turn my back. And that brings me to a challenge. Marion, on Marion's unboxing channel, she had a challenge. And it was an older one, but you got to understand, I just discovered a whole bunch of comments that were being held back for review somewhere that I didn't even know. I keep finding new stuff on YouTube. I don't work this channel very well, like I told you. I never get paid. It's been almost 3 years. I don't know. I'm just a slow learner. That's all. So anyway, I love these challenges. And so she had this challenge. I decided to go ahead and do it. And so it starts off with the first question. What is your scariest experience ever? Well, that relates right back to my son. He was 4 years old, and we were on the beach at the Gulf of Mexico. Big waves coming in, big storm the night before. It was December. We were visiting my husband's family in the Panhandle, and they still live there. Yes, they live near Quincy. And we were out there. I don't like the ocean. To me, it's just windy, noisy, and it makes me feel like the earth is sloshing, which it is. I'm like, give me the desert anytime. So, but we're out there, and of course it had washed up a lot of seashells, and there was nobody else on the beach, so we had all the shells to ourselves. And I love rocks and seashells and collecting things like that, so we're picking through them. Eli's about 4 years old, is about, 8 feet to my right. My daughter, who was 10, is about 3-4 feet from him on up. My husband was like up and behind me somewhere, and I'm, watching the kids and the waves breaking in, and they had an undertow sign, don't swim, you're not getting me in the ocean, other than up to my ankles. There's some no-see-ums and things in there that bite you. Yeah, I got in the ocean one time, something got down my bra. Yep, nope, not for me. So, I look down, I see the seashell, something really pretty, and I'm like looking at it and thinking, ooh, isn't that pretty? Seemed like I looked at it for maybe 10, 12 seconds at the most, and I look up and my baby's gone. Gone. Disappeared. In the wink of an eye, there's my daughter, there's my husband, and I look up and the baby is gone. I swear to you, I was suspended in time. I couldn't breathe. It felt like a lifetime had passed by, and I knew he had been sucked out to sea by one of those waves. He had gotten too close, and it was the most horrifying moment of my life, and I couldn't even scream. It was like being suspended animation, of just disbelief. And finally I got a breath and I started screaming. And my husband, started screaming, and my other daughter, well, she was probably laughing. I don't think she really cared. She hated him even then. And so we were screaming and yelling, and I'm looking out to sea, and then on this loud wind that's constantly roaring off of the ocean, I hear this tiny, tiny voice. And I thought he was like out there somewhere in the void. And that little booger, I don't know how he did it. To this day, I don't know how. He teleported from beside me to the shelter house to go potty. He must have ran across that beach like Secretariat. I mean, I can't believe how fast he disappeared. That was my scariest experience in my life. Never forgot it. Still think about it. Gives me goosebumps. Okay. Next one is, what is your scariest paranormal experience? And I have that, I'm going to splice it in because the camera started working from then on. And you will find out. And my thing was, I wish I have had a paranormal experience. I watch those shows just hoping that they'll find something provable. They never do. They never do. So, I keep living in hope that something paranormal will happen. If it does, I'll probably just explain it away scientifically. That's just the way I am. On to the next video. And I'm back. While I was taking the time to answer my bosses, who can't seem to get it together, telling her I already said yes, the cat knocked you off onto the floor. I hate cats. What can I say? I don't hate them. Just little shites. Shites. Okay, back to what I was saying. Oh, yeah, we're doing this. Scariest paranormal experience. I've never had a paranormal experience. Nothing that could be proven paranormal, and I'm a very scientific sort of person, so I'm kind of like, was that a shadow I saw, or was that my mind matrixing? Probably my mind matrixing. So no, I mean, one time I was pregnant and I was in bed and I felt this scary, scary, overwhelming feeling. It was probably the baby moving. That's really a horror. It's like having a worm in your stomach. Ugh, I hated being pregnant. And all of a sudden the covers were whipped off of my body. And I didn't open my eyes. I wouldn't open my eyes, and I said, go away. And when I opened my eyes after I calmed down later, the covers were laid out flat over the end of the bed. Like they had all at once went over the end of the bed. Was it paranormal? I don't know. Someone could have been playing a joke on me. My mom and Rick were both in the house, so, and he was drunk, so you never know. Okay, next one. Ever know any convicted, oh, talk, Grandma, talk. Enunciate. Okay. Ever know anyone convicted of a violent crime? I live in the Midwest in Missouri. Everyone's convicted of a violent crime. Yes. Yes. And I hope, never mind. I was going to say, I hope some of the ones I've known in the past have been since, but anyway. Am I afraid of the dark? Heck no, I'm the scariest thing in the dark. Why would I be afraid of the dark? I work nights. Oh, does my town have any scary legends? No, but there is a law that says you can't gallop your horse down Main Street. It's so sad because I always want to gallop my horse down Main Street. Afraid of getting a ticket. Okay, what is my favorite urban legend? Urban legend. That may take some thinking. Urban. We're not too urban around here. Hey! Quiet! Quit barking. Urban legend. I didn't look at these beforehand. I should have, so I could have thought of it. I want to say Ichabod Crane. Headless Horseman. That's not an urban legend, is it? I don't know. Is that like those scary stories you tell about, the guy got out of the car to go get gas and she heard a thumping, thumping, thumping on the top, and when she got out he was hanging above the car dripping blood? Is that an urban legend? It's a good one. It's the only one I can remember from my childhood. Okay, what is my scariest nightmare? We don't have time. I have nightmares continuously, constantly, and forever. I will tell you my most recent one was there was a cat laying on my face, and I was trying to save some child that was wandering down this weird, creepy town, and there were cats everywhere, and they were meowing at me and looking at me, and I knew they were eating people. So we had to survive the cat, and when I woke up, the cat was laying on my face and had its head in my mouth. You know how cats do. See? Not a cat fan because of that. So I had a nightmare about cats. There you go. That's the challenge. Anyone else want to do it? Go ahead. I think it would be fun. And don't forget to get on Grampy Campy and tell him how to do keto on the cheap. And I think I will try for him to do a cheap, like Aldi's keto run, or maybe just a regular grocery store keto run, to see how cheap it could actually be done, but he can eat something other than just cheese and butter, because that's what we all think when we first start out. And some people say, keep it simple, just eat bacon. Speaking of, I cooked bacon at work last night and left it in the stove. Sorry, Debbie. I gotta call her. Alright, thanks a lot. Off to work in about 3.5 hours. I gotta get a nap. Love you all. Bye-bye.